Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Lego Batman movie, number 2 would be 50 Shades Darker, number 3 would be A Cure for Wellness, number 4 would be The Great Wall, and number 5 would be Fist Fight. And I only got 3 out of 5 of my predictions right, which actually isn't too bad. So let's go over what actually happened at the box office, shall we? At number 1, we have the Lego Batman movie. This weekend it made $34 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $98 million. So it only needs $2 million more to get past $100 million domestically, but on the worldwide chart it is at $135 million, which is fantastic for this movie. It only needs $25 million more to double its $80 million budget, and it's all set. I am so happy for this film because it is so much better than the number 2 movie, which is 50 Shades Darker, which made $20 million this weekend, and that adds to a domestic total of $89 million. What did I say, guys? Last week I said these two wouldn't budge, and here they are. They didn't budge at all. And on the worldwide chart, the Lego Batman, it has made more money domestically than 50 Shades Darker. On the worldwide chart, 50 Shades Darker has it beat. It is at $276 million. So congratulations, audience members. You just showed movie studios that you want smut put into theaters. Thanks a lot. And at number 3, we have The Great Wall, which made $18 million domestically, but on the worldwide chart, it is added up to $262 million because this movie was released earlier in other places like China, because this movie is the most expensive movie made by China, and this is actually a partnership between America and China making a movie, so that's pretty good, except the movie, I actually did see it, it actually isn't that good. Review coming tomorrow. But I will say at least it made some money here. I'm not sure it's going to be the big stellar hit they want it to be because it still needs $38 million more to double its $150 million budget. But it still has made a lot of money, so that's something to be proud of, right? At number 4, we have John Wick Chapter 2. This weekend it made $16 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $58 million, and on the worldwide chart it is at $90 million. So it just doubled its $40 million budget, and it's on its way to triple that. That is so exciting for this movie, and I actually got back from seeing this movie just now. I just saw it twice, which is pretty sweet. I'm glad that I was able to support this movie because it does deserve a lot of money. I was so scared that this movie would be knocked out of the top 5, but it actually showed up. I'm actually very happy for that. And at number 5, we have Fist Fight. This weekend it made $12 million, and this is on a budget of $25 million. So it needs to get to at least $50 million to break even, and it's only at $12 million. So I'm going to say that it will make some amount of money in the upcoming weeks. I'm not sure if it'll be able to get to $50 million exactly, and I can't really say there's been much competition because even Lego Batman movie, that movie didn't budge much from its $50 million opening, but it still hasn't made so much money where you can't compete against it, you know what I mean? So maybe Fist Fight won't get its budget back, who knows? But at number 6, we have Hidden Figures. This weekend it made $7,100,000, and that adds to a domestic total of $142 million, and on the worldwide chart it is at $155 million. Since we do have a week to go until the Oscars, it only makes sense that an Oscar-nominated movie like Hidden Figures has been getting a lot of attention. It's been slowly creeping down the top 10 list. There hasn't been like a huge drop where it just suddenly dropped out of the top 5, which I thought was going to happen if you look at my previous predictions, but it actually didn't. It stuck around for a long time, and this is like the first time it's out of the top 5. At number 7, we have Split. This weekend it made $7,038,000, and that adds to a domestic total of $123 million. And on the worldwide chart, it is at $193 million, so it only needs $7 million more to get to $200 million worldwide, and I'm pretty sure it is going to get there because this movie has been doing very well, and I'm so happy for this movie making so much money, and that's all I pretty much have to say about that. I've talked about this movie a lot, and I can't praise it enough, honestly. At number 8, we have A Dog's Purpose. This weekend it made $5 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $50 million, and on the worldwide chart it is at 64, so it only needs $2 million more to triple its budget of $22 million, and it's kind of obvious that it's going to make $2 million more at least. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but hey, good for this movie that I've heard mixed reactions to. I still haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say much about it. So moving on to number 9, which is La La Land, and this is probably the last time I'm going to be talking about this movie because there's 3 movies coming out next week, and even though I think only one of them is going to get into the top 5, there's still those 2 other movies that might push it out, which is kind of sad, but at least it made $4,500,000 this weekend, and that adds to a domestic total of $133 million, but on the worldwide chart, it is at $339 million. They did it! They crossed the 300 million margin, and I'm so happy for that. I love this movie, in case you didn't know, and it just made like 309 million more than its budget. I'm so happy that this movie's been doing well because I love it. And finally, at number 10, what I predicted to be number 3, A Cure for Wellness. I thought for sure some people would actually be interested to go see this movie, but I guess not. It only made $4,200,000 this weekend, and this is on a budget of $40 million. So this looks like another unfortunate flop for Gore Verbinski, and I say unfortunate very cautiously because this movie has kind of a mixed reaction. There's some people saying that it's a mess and it's overlong, but then there's some people saying that it's going to be like a soon cult classic or something like that. So I'm not sure if this is an unfortunate thing for Gore Verbinski, or maybe it's a fortunate thing to show him like you can't make movies like this. I haven't seen it yet, but I am really excited to see it because the trailer intrigues me quite a bit, and that's all I have to say about that. So now it's time for the predictions for next week's top 5, and I'm going to say number 1 will be Lego Batman once again, but I'm going to say number 2 is Get Out. I think this is the only new release next week that'll actually get in to the top 5 because I don't think anyone knows what Rock Dog or Collide is, so I'm just gonna take my chances and not predict they're gonna make it in. But I think Get Out has a very good chance. It's gotten a lot of critical praise, and it's written and directed by Jordan Peele. Then I'm gonna say number 3 is 50 Shades Darker, and number 4 will be The Great Wall, and number 5 will be John Wick Chapter 2. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave it in the comments below, and if you got your predictions right for this week, you're gonna get a shout out right now, unless you didn't get it right then. I'm sorry, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.